This is the Nomadic Traveler Podcast. Welcome to Nomadic Traveler Podcast. I am your host, Jason, and as always, our lovely and wonderful co-host,
Nicole. Hey.
and we are bringing you Disney for families today. And we did Disney for adults last week, so now we're going to do Disney for families. So we have lots and lots of good things lined up for you. What's your favorite thing about Disney for families?
Probably the special events.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to start with? You want to start with special events?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Maybe we should talk about you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
How's your week going?
It's going.
It's
good.
going?
Yeah.
What's today?
Today's Wednesday.
Today's 9/11.
Yes, that too.
Did you do anything for 9/11?
I went to work.
Did you take a moment of remembrance anywhere in your day?
Mm-hmm. We did in the morning.
Did you?
We did.
Well,
At work.
did they have everybody do it?
No.
Oh, you just did it by yourself?
No, with my friends.
With your friends? Well, that's
Did
nice.
you?
No.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any kind of official work schedule since I do real estate, so
Okay.
I just kind of kept it in my mind all day and thought about it and remembered, I guess selfishly, what my day was like.
Okay. Do your thing.
So, do you want to hear my 9/11 story?
Yeah, sure.
So,
What were you doing?
Well, I was working at an apartment complex and I was doing...
In
maintenance.
9/11?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I lived at another apartment complex across the street, and I remember I was running late to work, and I rushed in late to work, and I'm like spitting out excuses or something like that to my boss. I'm like, oh, I needed this and that, and I forgot my tools, and I had to run back and get it, and I don't even remember what the problem was. And he was like, you don't know what's going on, do you? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, go inside and look at the TV.
Oh, wow.
I was like, what? He's like, go inside and look at the TV.
Oh, God.
I'm like, okay. So I went inside, and I'm like, okay, a building's on fire. And I really didn't know, what was going on.
Yeah, you hadn't.
So,
figured it out.
and I'm watching it, and I'm kind of listening to the feed, and I'm like, oh, shit, a commercial airliner crashed into the World Trade Center. I'm like, that's pretty major.
Yeah.
So, and then while I'm watching live, I watched the second plane crash into the tower.
Uh-huh.
And at first, I didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah, you hadn't figured it out
I had
yet.
no idea what was happening. So I was like, wait a minute, was that a replay? I was like, what was that?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Now they're both on fire. I was like, I don't understand what's going on. And it was kind of like the same thing with like the people in the news. They were kind of like confused. Like they didn't know what was going on either. Mm-hmm. And then, within, like, I think it took them like 3 minutes or something like that. And they were like, okay, another plane has hit the other tower. And they were like, the United States is under attack. And I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, I didn't hit it first, did it?
So, and then I remember basically doing no work that whole entire day. Mm-hmm. We just kind of sat in front of the TV. They told us that we could leave early if we wanted. I ended up leaving. I went to a gas station. I waited in line for a very long period of time. I got gouged on gasoline.
That day?
Yeah.
Huh.
So that day, the line was very long, and the guy had like increased prices to like $5 a gallon or something like that. And then they went back, and like the gas station that I had gone to got in trouble. So I think I don't know who does that, the Attorney General or something like that. They went after all the gas stations that did price gouging during 9/11.
Wow.
So
I didn't know that happened.
yeah.
Hey,
So,
you want to know where I was on 9/11?
were you a baby?
In the 7th grade.
No. Is that why you thought it was funny that I was working?
Yes.
I told you I'm old.
Yeah, you are. That's cool.
So, okay, so how was your day then? You want to tell us
my
about your day?
9/11? Well, I went to school and I went to social studies class.
Uh-huh.
And someone came in and they whispered to the teacher. And then she
Kind
turned
of
on...
like they whispered to George Bush?
Yeah, kind of like that. It was very secretive.
We won't talk about that.
And then she turned on the TV and we didn't switch classes that day. We just sat in class all day and watched it all day until the buses came. And they let us like write poems or like draw or whatever you want to. Like they try to inspire us to do something patriotic.
All right, poems.
Yeah, that's all we did.
So what poem did you write?
I don't remember.
Did you write anything special?
No.
No?
It was probably real dumb. Whatever it was, I'm sure.
So if anybody out there would like to share their 9/11 day with us, we would love to hear about it.
Yes. But speaking of that,
What's that?
that's where I want to go. I want to go see the memorial.
I do too.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the one on the canal here?
No.
So Indianapolis has a little memorial.
I think I've driven by it before, but I don't think I've actually stopped. Isn't there a flag there? There's part of the girders or something?
There's two beams that were actually in the building, and then there's like, I think an eagle on top or something. So I've been to that, but I'd like to go to the actual memorial.
Yeah, my parents know the guy that made the eagle.
Oh, fancy.
So I remember them telling us about that.
Yeah.
I cannot think of his
I
name
like to
now.
stop there a lot when I go to the canal, but
Feeney? Flynn? Feeney? Dang it, I can't remember.
But a trip to New York to see that would be amazing.
Oh yeah, that's also on my bucket list. I wanted to go when everything like the rebuilding was going on. My buddy said that he went there I don't know. Oh, I think it was around a year. It was when they were doing those towers of light.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when they did that?
Uh-huh.
And he said that he went there during the day, and he said, he expected it to be, weird and stuff, but that was when the fence was still up. Mm-hmm. And they had, he said he went there, and there's they had some kind of something where you could overlook the pit.
Oh.
And they had the fence there, and the fence just had like cards and little things just all tucked in the fence all through there. And he's like, I just really wasn't prepared for it. And he's like, when I got there, it was dead silence. He said it was not what I expected at all. Wow. You could audibly hear people crying. And he said it really just like took me back, and I was not prepared for it to be like that.
Yeah,
I did not.
That emotional.
Yeah, he's like, I did not prepare my mind for something like that. I went into it, he said, I felt like I went into it too casually,
Yeah, yeah. Well, if anyone has any stories of visiting, we'd love to hear them.
Yes. Nomadic Traveler Podcast at gmail.com, or you can share it on our Facebook page. That's Nomadic Traveler Podcast.
Yes.
And, or you can share it in our group. We have the Nomadic Traveler Podcast group as well on Facebook.
Let us know.
Yeah. Share your 9/11 stories with us.
Okay. So now we're going to go from something sad
to Disney for families.
Disney, which is exciting.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right. So your favorite thing is the parties.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're parties or special events. Because what kid doesn't want to go and like have some type of special event, right?
I want to.
You do?
Yeah. I'm not even a kid.
Yeah, like in our last episode, we kind of went over some of the adult extras. Maybe we want to call them that, Disney extras.
Disney extras. So we got the adult Disney extras, and now we got the kids Disney extras.
Disney 2.0.
Disney. Disney Dos.
Dos. Yeah, so now we're going to have a few kid extras.
So the first thing we're going to start with is the not-so-scary Halloween party.
Oh. No, wait. Have you been to this one?
I have been to this.
Okay.
I've been to it a couple times, actually, because when I lived down in Florida, we used to go with our resident pass.
Nice.
So it's nice. The kids dress up. Oddly enough, nobody is allowed to wear a mask.
Oh.
So I think even the kids, if I remember, I don't think the kids are even allowed to wear a mask, but the adults are definitely not allowed to wear a mask. So you cannot wear something that obscures your face or anything.
Wow.
So I'm assuming that's for safety for everybody.
That makes sense, yeah.
So, but everybody can dress up, especially the kids dress up. All the rides have like trick-or-treating places at them, so you can walk up to each ride. And I remember them just having like barrels of candy.
Wow.
And you would just like walk up and they'd be like, with like two hands, like, just like dump this huge amount of candy into their bag.
So then you carry their bag around.
So then you would carry the bag
Disney.
around, yeah.
Okay.
So the only thing good about us is that we had a stroller with us, and we were able to like
leave it in there.
So we had like a little pumpkin bucket, but then we were like transferring stuff from the pumpkin bucket into another bag.
Nice.
And then the bag would ride in the stroller, so then we're not carrying around a big heavy bag or something full of candy. But yeah, I highly recommend that. If you're going to go to that, bring something extra with you, because we had plenty of candy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, and then the rides have different hours, and then some of the rides have Halloween themed things to them. I think the Haunted Mansion has something special. I can't remember. Did we make any notes of it or no?
Yeah. So, yeah, you do get candy at each ride.
Candy.
I know that Space Mountain, the Mad Hatter Tea Party, they have like special lights and things like that.
Special lights and special music, yeah.
And then the Pirates of the Caribbean, they have like a special theme too.
Nice.
So that would be really
and
cool.
Monsters Inc. has something special too, if I remember right. So
Yeah.
they have a regular show there, and I think instead of their regular show, I think they do a Halloween-themed show.
And this is like a special event, so you pay
an additional
an
fee.
additional. I think it's
So if you're going to the park during the day, it's going to be your regular fee to go into the park during the day, and then I believe the Not So Scary Halloween party starts at 7,
okay.
I think, and it is $79 to go in.
Okay.
So, and it's going currently, right now, it goes August 16th through November 1st.
Wow, August 16th. That's pretty early.
So it's, yeah. I think they extend. I think it used to be shorter. I think it only used to be like 2 weeks or something. I think they just keep extending everything.
Makes sense, because who
May as
doesn't want to
well.
go?
Yeah.
Right? Would you say that's like better than trick-or-treating with your child outside of Disney? How would they compare?
It's just kind of nice because it's safe. You know, it's Disney. You know, it's safe. You know, and you both. Well, I'm divorced now, but both parents could go if they wanted to, instead
Makes
of it
sense.
being, oh, I get him this year, you get him next year. The kid doesn't get to spend. You know, you could go to it as a group. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
It was really nice. So he really liked it a lot. He was younger when he did it. Yeah, I don't know. I think any kid would definitely like it.
Would you say it's like, because nowadays it seems like less people are giving out candy.
Yeah.
So would you say it's like less walking between houses that are actually giving out
it's
candy?
probably
Or would you
more
say it's
walking,
more?
but you get more candy.
Okay.
So because some of the rides were kind of spread out.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, I don't know how many rides are in the Magic Kingdom, like maybe
Mm-hmm.
40, I think. I can't remember how many are there. So it'd be like going only to 40 houses, but think about how big the Magic Kingdom is.
But you're getting a lot.
So it would take you a
yeah.
long time to walk around, but you're getting like big giant handfuls
That
of
makes
candy
sense.
everywhere you go.
Yeah.
They literally have like barrels of candy.
I bet.
I mean, it's insane the amount of candy that they have. I wonder how much they have left at the end.
And is it good candy? Like chocolates and.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, they had the little Reese's cups, and you know, it's
good stuff.
it's name brand stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's a good one. I like that.
So yeah. So number 2 is.
A bunch of scallywags.
So what is that? I don't know if I know what that one is.
So it is a Captain Hook themed dinner
Nice.
that you can take your kids to. So
I always
you're
love pirate stuff. That's my favorite.
yeah, and you can, upon entering the pirate hideaway, Captain Hook comes out and he gives you a pirate name.
Nice.
So I think that would probably be amazing.
What would my pirate name be?
Oh, I don't know.
What you got? Time to flex your creative muscles. What you got?
I don't know. Captain Boss. I don't know.
Captain
I
Boss.
can't come up with a name.
I'm gonna name you
No,
Sprinklerella.
I don't believe in that.
It's kind of like a combination of like Cinderella. Sprinklerella.
That's not a pirate.
Okay. Pirate Sprinklerella.
All right, good one. Okay. So
Okay,
that's
our
cool.
names suck. If you come up with better names, email us.
Yeah, let us know. But Captain Hook actually does give you your name, and then he will like teach you some skills of how to become a pirate.
Nice.
So all the yarring and the sword
Yarring.
fightings and all that. That would probably be amazing.
I'd be down for some sword fighting. You want to do some right now?
Yeah, after the show.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to do it like in the middle of the show?
No,
I think they'll all wait.
mine's in the car, and I have to go get it.
Oh, jeez. I have a sword in my car.
Just kidding.
All right.
Then you solve puzzles together and,
Nice.
and clues and things like that before you even get on to go have your dinner on the ship. So that'd be kind of cool to do that with Captain Hook. And
So then
then
you board the ship. Is Captain Hook on the ship?
he is. Yeah, he goes on the ship with you.
Nice.
And so then you have a nice dinner and you sail across the lake. And then that's it.
So there's no candy involved.
No candy, but
No
food
candy on this one, but food. Okay.
and pirates.
So, and it looks like this one is about $55, so it's a little bit cheaper than Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Yeah, so not so bad. That's,
Is this limited, or is this all year round?
this is all year round. Yeah.
This is all year round?
Yeah.
Okay.
But 55, that's not bad.
No, I think that's pretty reasonable for
Because if
extra.
you're going to get dinner, that's basically your dinner right there.
That's
and
what
then
you're going to be paying anyways,
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Although
maybe.
it's probably 55 a person, so
It
it's probably
is.
even 55 for the kids.
I'm
So
about to say, yeah, kids don't eat $55 worth
yeah,
of food.
probably adds up, but that's what they're counting on. They're like, your kids can eat $5.
Exactly. But, I mean, you get to meet, you have to get a pirate name, learn skills.
Sprinkerella, it's all good.
Sprinkerella, I'm mad at you for that.
That's a horrible name.
Captain Bosses as
right.
well.
We're fired.
Okay, yeah, so the next one that I
Next.
have is Disney's Perfect Princess Tea.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to go to that, Jason?
I think I could probably pass on that one. That doesn't sound like my style.
Yeah, I would like to see it.
What is it?
So young princesses and princes go and they have music and dancing and storytelling. And they dress up like their favorite character, of course.
Do they do spooky storytelling? Ooh.
This is for princesses.
No.
We don't do that.
It's like, oh my god, I was a princess. I got a tiara.
And it broke.
And I got some glass slippers.
Exactly. Yeah, no, so there's the rose petal, which is the magic rose from Aurora's garden. I don't know if you
Who's Aurora?
remember Aurora, Sleeping Beauty.
Oh,
Her
gotcha.
real name's Aurora.
Roger.
Yeah. So she comes alive and hosts the party for you.
Cool.
And then leading a special princess parade, storytelling, things like that, which is kind of cool. And then Princess Aurora comes herself and makes an appearance, and she will like sign your autograph book and take pictures with you, all the fun things like that.
Sounds magical.
Yeah. And then while you're
Are you
there,
going to sign up for that next time you're there?
yeah, me and
Go to it by yourself?
no, this is family. Me and my family will do this.
Yeah, but I can see you going by yourself, though.
I don't know
You
because I
just
don't
show
want
up like, hi. I'll be like, where's your daughter? I don't have any kids.
I'm only 30.
I am a princess, thank you.
Okay, but I don't want to dress up like a princess. I'm
Oh,
not
you
really
don't?
into that.
I figured you'd be down for that.
Let's do it a lot.
That's doing a lot.
It's like your hair.
I thought you were saying I
makeup.
do it a lot. I was
Oh.
like, you do?
No. But I am down for this part. So they also give you, obviously, it's a tea. So everybody sits down and you have tea.
Real tea?
cheese. Yeah, real tea. Cheese,
Do
grapes.
kids drink tea?
I don't feel like they do, but hello, who wouldn't drink tea with Princess Aurora?
I don't drink tea.
You wouldn't drink tea with Princess Aurora?
No.
You would tell her no?
I would say, can I have something else, please?
They'd probably offer you water.
You get water.
But you can have cheese and grapes and sandwiches and things like that. Chicken salad.
Watercress sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh wait, those little cucumber
Or
sandwiches.
cucumber sandwiches, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
Water
all those-
chestnut. Is that what it is? Water chestnut?
I think so.
What are those fancy ones that they eat?
The little weird ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that could be a fun little time. I didn't find out how much this one was. I couldn't find it.
$4,000.
But I mean,
I'm just kidding, everybody.
definitely not. So one for the people out there that are into princesses, boy or girl.
Girl.
Or boy.
Girl. Totally girl.
Okay, what's next, Jason?
Very feminine skewed.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like the pirate things, kind of boy skewed, I guess.
I like pirates.
Don't we all? All right. Next thing we have up is Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom.
Ooh.
What is that, Nicole?
Now that sounds like up my alley. So it is an interactive scavenger hunt.
Nice.
So you go by the firehouse on the main street. You can sign up to get some cards, and you get a map, and they're called like spell cards. So you can do different spells around.
You get like a
Magic
map,
Kingdom.
a packet of spell cards, and something else, I think.
Yeah, and then there's 20 different, they call them portals, but like places in the park that you can play the game.
Nice.
And you can also battle henchmen. And then the cool thing about this is completely free. It's included in your admission.
Yeah.
So you just show up, you're like, hey, I want cards. And each day you can go and get different cards.
So I think they kind of look like windows or something like that. And then you like activate them and then like the window comes to life.
Yeah, kind of like a portal.
Yeah.
Like, whoop,
Yeah.
yeah.
How'd that go again?
Whoop.
I should have videoed that for everybody.
But the thing I like about this game, number one, it's free. Number two,
All the games there are free, aren't they?
well, I mean, this
The Phineas
extra, I
Oh.
should say, is that it's free. And then, like, this is something that the whole family can get into.
Yeah.
You know, because little kids are going to be like, when they see the mirror, they're going to be like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Older kids are enjoying the hunt
Yeah.
kind of more, and adults can be enjoying the hunt as well. So.
And it's something nice that you don't have to wait in line for.
True.
So
yes.
it might even be something good to play with young kids because, as we kind of talked about before, they don't care as much. Mm-hmm. They're not, you know, they don't care how many rides they ride. They don't care, you know, if they get to every ride. They just want to have fun, you know.
Have you ever played this game before when you went?
I have seen people playing it, but I actually have not played it. I was going to try it at some point, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Okay.
There's just so much to do.
Yeah.
So, but I highly recommend if you have a season pass or you go a lot, I would definitely try this out at some point for sure.
Mm-hmm. That'd be wonderful. Cool. I like that.
What's next?
Okay, and then also in the Magic Kingdom.
Also,
so I think almost all of these are actually in the Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
But in the Magic Kingdom, you can go on Main Street, and they have what are called party lines. So different phones set up that you can go and pick up and listen in on like some conversations between cast members.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean I've never done it, but from what I read, it says it's pretty fun.
I have heard this. Yeah, so you can pick it up and then you just like listen to like other people talk. Is it cast members or is it characters?
I think it's
Okay, I think it's like characters talking.
Cast member characters.
Cast members like the people that work there. Characters are like Winnie the Pooh. And like Digger too.
But yeah, anyways, so you can listen to them talk, and they have some pretty funny things to say, I think.
Yes.
Which for littles, that'd be amazing.
I'd never even heard of it before, so it's something I wanted to include in the show for sure because I didn't even know this existed. So
yeah, that's pretty funny.
We like all the little behind the scenes things that you don't even know about for Disney.
And that's free too.
And it's free as well.
Free $99.
Free $99 included with your park membership of $4,000.
Yeah, but I think we should definitely highlight that fact that you said that it's something you're not waiting in line for.
Correct.
Like I can't like.
I'm all for anything that I don't have to wait in line for.
Because the Magic Kingdom lines can get really long, right?
Yeah, if it's a busy day, then you're waiting a while to go see Pooh.
For 5 minutes.
And Eeyore and
yeah. So schedule
Dumbo.
your fast passes for the day, the 3, and then maybe schedule one of these in between.
Yeah.
Each of those.
Yeah.
And then you have like something to do all day, and never wait.
I just like the little unknown things too, because you get to do something that most people don't even know about.
Yeah, that's so cool. All right.
So now we're going to move on to some stuff for families that's in downtown Disney. So as we talked about in the other show, we love downtown Disney. There is lots and lots of awesome stuff there. So we did some stuff from downtown Disney that we thought would be good for adults last time, and now we're going to do some stuff from downtown Disney that we think would be excellent for the kiddies.
Yes.
The first thing is going to be the World of Coca-Cola shop. Actually, is the World of Coca-Cola or is it just called Coca-Cola?
I think it's the Coca-Cola shop.
Okay. The World of Coca-Cola is in Atlanta. If you want to go there, that's also awesome as well. That's where I got that from.
This place just looked so cool.
It's a 3-story building. It's brick, but it's all glass around the outside. Then it has a ramp that goes up on the outside. So you walk around this ramp to go up to the roof, and it's all glassed in. So on the inside wall, it's the brick building. On the outside wall, it's glass. So you're walking up all the way around. From the outside, everybody can see you walking up. And from the inside, you can see out. And then you get up to the 3rd-story roof, and you have amazing views of downtown Disney.
Beautiful up there. And there's a nice breeze.
It's an excellent breeze,
amazing.
Yeah. So they got fans up there. I also noticed that they have heaters up there. So if it does get a little cool, I'm assuming that they have the heaters on. It'll keep you warm. Mm-hmm. And you can try over 100 different types of beverages from Coca-Cola.
Yes.
So they have everything from all the stuff that your favorites that are in the U.S. to stuff that's available in Germany, Brazil, all the different stuff. They call them the international drinks. So you can try all that stuff. I was seeing people that were getting trays. So I think they have trays for like different areas. So you can get a tray that has like everything in the U.S., a tray that has everything in Europe, a tray that has everything in like South America. Mm-hmm. So, and people were getting like 3 big giant trays stacked on top of each other of these little cups where you could try a taste of everything that they made.
Yeah.
So cool. They have floats. They have cocktails that they make there. So if you want a cocktail, you can get a cocktail there.
Get a flight of cocktails.
They have a flight of cocktails. They have just a regular flight of different drinks, all the different kinds of root beers. Mm-hmm. it's really very neat. So
Yeah.
even if you're not a huge fan of Coca-Cola, just the view by itself is worth it, and I think all the kids would love it. So
And a nice place to maybe go and cool down and
Correct.
hydrate and
yeah, if you want
calm.
just a nice calm,
Yeah.
have a seat, relax at a table for a little while, have a drink.
And the other cool thing is they have the second floor has the polar bear pictures.
The second floor has a giant polar bear. You can take pictures with the giant polar bear. I think they were allowing you to take pictures with your own camera, as well as pictures with the professional photographer.
And
So-
then as you go through the line, so there's a store on the second floor as well. You can buy something from the store.
They
and then
literally
buy it.
have everything Coca-Cola that
Yeah.
you can possibly think of, as well as go down to the first floor, and they have even more Coca-Cola. So it's basically the largest gift shop for Coca-Cola. I think it's even bigger than the World of Coca-Cola that's in Atlanta. If not, it's probably about the same size, roughly.
Yeah, it was
So
cool.
It's enormous.
Yeah, it was very amazing.
So it was really very neat. So if you're a huge Coca-Cola fan, by far it's a can't miss. Up next, an amazing thing that they have for the kiddies is near the sprinkler, kind of by the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, right?
Yes.
So they have activities there. So they have like different contests. They have a DJ that's there. So they shut the fountain off, and then where the fountain is, they have hula hooping contests. I'm not sure what all they have
They
there.
had dance parties. I saw them playing hopscotch.
Yeah.
And there's like someone with a microphone that's kind of leading it,
Yeah.
pumping the kids up.
So they have, a young 20-something person that has lots of energy that can run around with your kids, and you can sit on a bench.
yes, wear them out.
So you can sit on a bench and relax, or one or the other of mom or dad can stay there and watch them while they go run around. The other one can go run and do some shopping, or go and get a drink or a sandwich or whatever you need to do.
Yeah, that was pretty
So-
cool. And that's all free too,
Yes.
which was amazing.
And I'm pretty sure each little event probably runs about a half hour or something like that. So keep them occupied for a little bit. And the name of the game is always to wear them out.
Yes. If they're not
So-
wore out after Disney.
Yeah, they should for sure be worn out after Disney.
Yes.
Okay. Our next thing that we got for you is the Rainforest Cafe. If you haven't been to a Rainforest Cafe, they really are pretty neat. So they have animatronic type animals in there, and they move. There's elephants that move, there's monkeys that move, there's tigers that move, and they have a thunderstorm probably every 30 minutes, and the thunderstorm is very cool, very realistic. It sounds like it's raining, the lights dim, they get lightning and thunder, and I would say I would give the food an 8 or something, 8 out of 10,
Yeah.
So a lot of times theme places, the theming is cool, but then the food's not that great. So I think their food is pretty decent. They also have good cocktails too. So if you want to get a cocktail while you're running around with your kids, you can do that as well. And they have a really cool, big, giant gift shop that has all kinds of cool, unique things for kids that
Yeah.
are animal related.
Yes. And it's on, and then they have, so the top of it is like a giant volcano.
Yes, if
the
you go to
top.
the outside, the top of it is a giant volcano that erupts at night and it spits out fire.
Yeah.
And the fire is so big you can actually feel it on the ground.
Yeah, that
So,
was pretty cool.
Yeah, you can feel the heat from it. All right. That was one of my favorite things, by the way. Even
Was
without
it?
kids, I really thought it was a good thing. Yeah, I like it.
I had never been. That was my first time.
It's really nice.
It was fun.
It's
Yeah.
different, and I don't know. I enjoy it. I'm a kid at heart, so.
It felt more realistic than what I thought, especially the elephants. They felt
The elephants really
really
feel realistic.
realistic,
Yeah,
yeah.
They're the way they make their ears move around, and it feels, it's cool.
It's very cool.
So, and then they got the little babies. So,
Yeah.
the next favorite thing for you and your kids to hang out at is the Lego store.
That was amazing.
The Lego store was crazy, wasn't it?
It was packed.
It's insane, yeah.
Yes.
That's where all the kids find and go and don't want to leave.
Yes. And they have, what I liked was outside of the Lego store, they had like built characters. So they had Rey, I think is her name, from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Is that her name?
And then
They had the Toy Story characters.
I don't know Star Wars well enough. The BB, whatever, the ball guy that runs around, BB.
BB-8.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah. And it was just cool how they had built them. I mean, the big size, life size.
They're life-size
Yeah.
characters. There's all kinds of stuff that's all built 100% out of Legos outside the store. That's
It was
amazing.
amazing.
And then in the lake across the way from the Lego store, there's a big giant serpent in the water that's built out of Legos as well. Mm-hmm. That's
That was
awesome.
Yeah.
So
agree.
that if if you're not in a rush and you want, again, if you're trying to wear the kids out a little bit, if it's in the evening and you're trying to get everybody to go to bed when you get back and kids still have energy left, take them there. They can run around. There's Legos inside that they can build stuff with. There are Legos outside, and they have a racetrack outside so the kids can build cars. And then there's usually somebody managing it that runs the cars down the track for the kids. It's like kind of like a soapbox derby type thing.
That was
So
fun.
the kids can perfect their fastest car that they could possibly make and try to win races.
Yeah, I saw a lot of parents out there like trying to, oh no, fix this, do this, change this.
When I went there with my son last time, we spent probably an hour there.
Like trying to make
I mean, it was a
car.
long time. Yeah, he really liked building the cars.
That's awesome.
So next thing is Nicole's favorite place.
So there's 2 shops in downtown Disney. One is called Disney's Candy Cauldron,
Yes.
which I would say is maybe my more favorite.
It was my more favorite too, yeah.
Is that even a word, more favorite?
It is now.
Favoriter?
It sure is now.
And then there's Goofy's Candy Company.
Wait a minute, what'd you get at the Candy Cauldron?
The Rice Krispie treats.
So the Rice Krispie treats
Yes.
at Disney are a must-have.
You have to try them. So the cauldron has Rice Krispies that are already made. They're in the behind a case. You know, there's some with chocolate.
Yeah, get the stuff out of the glass case. Get
Yeah.
the stuff that's actually made there. They have stuff that's pre-wrapped, but the pre-wrapped stuff is not quite as good. The stuff that's in the
No.
case is probably made within hours.
Yes, and it's got, I mean, they have sprinkles, chocolate, peanut butter, like whatever you're into.
And if you like candy-covered apples, they supposedly have the best candy-covered apples in the park.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any of those, but I did get chocolate-covered pineapple spears. I love fresh pineapples from Florida, and I love them. They're probably my favorite thing.
Yeah, those were amazing
So,
too.
and they offer those at the Candy Cauldron as well as Goofy's Candy Company, and I think Candy Cauldron is slightly better. I don't
Yeah.
know what made it better, but it just seemed like it was slightly better. But they're both good, and they're both at opposite ends. So if you're down on the end where like the hotels are and you're trying to escape the hotels, you can hit the Goofy's Candy Company and everything is pretty similar.
Yeah. In Goofy's, you can create your own Rice Krispie. So you can like tell them exactly what you want on it. They make it in front of you. It's kind of experience.
Yeah, so if you want a completely
Yeah.
custom Rice Krispie treat, they'll make it for you.
Yeah. But I think the Rice Krispies at the Cauldron were way better.
Yeah.
Even the one I had made custom.
You didn't like your custom candy?
I liked it. It's just the other ones were so good. I recommend the rainbow sprinkles. I don't know why that's better than the regular sprinkles, but it is. And it's amazing.
It's so the best.
So I would definitely stop. Your kids are going to love that for sure. We'll do that before you take them to all the activities so they can get the energy out after they eat it.
Or feed them the candy first thing in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah. Get them ready for the park. Yeah.
Right.
Genius idea. But I would definitely stop there. That's a gem right there.
That's a hidden gem.
I don't know how hidden it is, but it's a gem.
It's a hidden gem in downtown Disney.
Gem, not hidden.
Actually, it's called Disney Springs. I think we keep calling it downtown Disney because we're old school, but it's actually called Disney Springs now. So
You're right.
if you're there looking around and you can't find downtown Disney, it's because it's called Disney Springs now.
I forgot about that. That's
So,
true.
and we keep calling it the wrong thing. I apologize.
Yes. And then, like we mentioned earlier, close to the sprinkler, with the sprinkler activities, there's the Bippity Boppity Boutique. Ooh.
So for kids to dress up as their favorite Disney princess.
Yes. So whatever you want to be for the day, you can go get your hair done.
Get your hair did, girl.
Yeah, get your makeup done like a princess, put on the gown, the shoes, everything, come out and cast spells, do all your thing. Whatever
If your little girl
princesses
wants
do.
to be a princess,
Yeah.
this is the place to go.
This is where it happens. There's also one of these in the Magic Kingdom as well.
I was
if
going to
you
say,
wanna
there's
do it
also
there.
one, I think it's on the backside of Cinderella's castle.
Yeah. But this one didn't seem like super
It didn't seem
busy.
nearly, no, it's not nearly as busy. So I think if you were going to do it and you wanted to save yourself some heartache, I think this would be the place to go as
Yeah.
opposed to trying to do it while you're wasting time inside the park.
Yeah.
Do
I
it
would agree.
there. So, and then you're not wasting time getting a makeover when you could be out riding rides.
Well, and if you're in the park and you're going to be hot and sweaty and moving around and all that stuff, you
Yeah.
might not want to get your hair done or your makeup done.
We saw lots of little girls running around dressed as princesses, and
I
they
know.
seemed very happy.
They were so happy.
Very happy.
It was so cute. That is one thing I'd like to go and do.
You want to go get a makeover
I mean, not me,
and look
but
like a
take
princess?
my child there.
We're going to take a film crew and we're going to go watch Nicole get done up like a princess.
I want to be Ariel if I was.
That's going to be the best.
I'd want to flip her.
Do they? I want to be a mermaid.
She's the best.
Do you think they have prince makeovers at the Bibbidi Bobbidi
I was
Boutique?
wondering that. I didn't see any, and
I
didn't
see any. I'm sure it
costumes.
might be something that they could do. Now we're moving on to the tips for the family.
Yay! You want to know everything about your trip? Here we go.
Buy as many days as you can in a row to save money. So the more days you buy in a row, the cheaper it gets. So I don't know how much it is now, but I'm just going to give these are like examples. So if it's like 105 a day for a single day, 2 days is like 103. 3 days is like 101 a piece. And then if you get to 4 days, it drops to like, say, $83 a piece. So, and then 5 days, it drops to like 79 or something. It gets progressively cheaper. So you save a lot more money by going multiple consecutive days in a row.
Yes.
So if you're going to go where you can spend a whole week there, and you will definitely save money on entry for sure.
Great idea. For sure.
And as I think we said in the other one, we recommend maybe going 4 days. I think it's, if you buy 4 days worth, I think they give you 8 days to use them. So I think this would work with what I was kind of recommending. And you would go a day, take a day and hang out at downtown Disney, go to your pool, hang out, go to a park for a day. Again, have an off day where you're hanging out. This keeps mom and dad and everyone from getting too burnt out. And then you have relaxation built in between. So 4 days of park, 3 days of rest.
I agree.
Highly recommend that.
I wish, we would have rested. So I agree. So the next tip is you can go into any of the hotels. So the Grand Floridian, any of the hotels that are on the property.
Contemporary, Polynesian.
Yep. Thank you. And you can go there, check it out, walk around, have dinner there. I think we mentioned this before when we talked about the Highway in the Sky.
Yeah.
But this is a good way to check it out. I know as our kids are young, if your kids are young, you might be thinking about taking them a second time. And if you want to think about maybe staying on property, check it out, see which one you like the best and which one your kids are going to like the best.
Or even go check out like a value resort. If you want to come back next time and you're like, I want to come back again, but I'm not spending this kind of money again, go check out your value resort. There's, I think, 3 different value resorts. Go spend time checking out all 3 of the value resorts and see which one you like the best. See which one the kids like the best.
Yep.
And say, if we came back here, would you like this? Yay. Okay, fine. Then we're going back to...
Exactly.
What is it? Animator's Palette, I think is what the other one's called. Animator's something.
Yeah. I mean, check out any of those out. And the thing is, they're right there on the monorail, so you can just pop over to any of those, check them out, see what you like.
Or vice versa. If you're there with the kids this time and you're coming back next time and you want to do something special for yourself, go check out the Floridian or Polynesian.
That's a good idea.
Check out your wine and dine location. So the next thing we have that's a great tip is restaurant reservations are available 6 months in advance. Places that are really cool do book up. Dine in the Sky does book up. I believe they offer that every day, but then certain days are more popular than others, so they will book up. So if you want a Friday, if you want a Saturday, you need to book it as far in advance as you possibly can. That way you have as much flexibility as you can. And I believe most of them, except for maybe Dine in the Sky, except for maybe some of the special stuff, but most of them, you can cancel them with 24 hours without any penalty.
Yeah. Yep.
So book whatever you want. Another thing that we saw was book multiple times, and you could cancel one.
Yes.
So if there's multiple times available and you're not sure if you want to eat at 7 or 10:30, book both. And then plan your fast passes and stuff like that. And if you're like, okay, this is not going to work, our last fast pass is at 6:30, instead of doing the 7, do the 10:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you have multiple different dining times available, and you can still cancel them.
Good idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yes. Also, when you're out there in the parks and it's hot, you can ask for a glass of water at any restaurant or stand or food snack place, and they will give it to you for free.
Or a glass of ice.
Or ice. You can ask for either.
So if you bring in your little misters, you can get ice for those. So you can get ice cold mist water. You can also get ice cold water for your different drink dispensers that you can bring in with you. So if you want to bring your little Yeti cooler or whatever, not Yeti cooler, but Yeti handheld cup, you can bring that in with you, and you can get water and ice, and you can fill that up at any one of the stands.
Or bring the kids like sippy cups too.
Or bring
like
sippy
that.
cups, yeah. So don't feel like you need to bring all that with you and carry around all that extra heavy weight. They will give it to you.
Yep.
It's not bottled water now. It's tap water, but it tasted fine to me.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, so another big announcement that everyone's going to be interested in is the Skyliner transportation system. It will be open September 29th. If you haven't heard about this yet, this is the enclosed gondola style ride that will take you from Pop Century, Caribbean Beach, or the Heart of Animation and the Riviera Resort to Epcot or Hollywood Studios.
Yep.
So it's all enclosed. I don't remember. I'm assuming it's air conditioned. Mm-hmm. I don't know how.
They said it was.
I think it is too. I don't know how they're air conditioning each one of those pods, but it's really cool. It's really neat looking. They were running it when we were there, but it was not open yet.
Yeah.
But it looked like they had everything pretty much done, and they were like working out the kinks.
Yes.
So that also opens up, more options to you. You're not stuck with just the bus or ride the monorail or stuff like that. This does give you another option. So if you were, one of your favorite things is like Epcot or something like that, this opens up another avenue for you. So you are not dealing with the parking.
Yeah.
Right now, Epcot, the front of Epcot is all tore up because they are redoing everything, and you have to walk around this big giant wall to get into the park. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not a huge inconvenience, but it's
if
a
you
minor.
walk from the back of the parking lot and you're tired by the time you get to the front, then yes.
it is a minor inconvenience, I will say. So if you come in on this drops you off kind of over by France. If you guys know where that is, if you've been there before, I think it's kind of between France and like Canada. So it is not right up front. It is on the side, I guess.
Which is kind of cool.
Which is kind of neat. Yeah. So it brings you in further into the park. So then you are not fighting with all those people that are coming in the front gate too. So again, we don't have 100% experience with this yet, but I think it's going to be an excellent way for you to get in there and not have to fight all the traditional entrance problems that you would have.
Mm-hmm. And to be closer to some of the rides if you want to be over in that area.
Yeah.
For sure. The next thing we have is that you can take a carriage ride at Port Orleans Resort or Fort Wilderness, which is amazing. This is something I wish I could have done.
Sign up.
And during the month of December, they have holiday and sleigh themed rides. Christmas. It's so exciting. Sorry. And it can fit up to like 3 adults and 2 kids.
Another cool tip that we kind of have for you is, you're going to love this. Bring a plug-in scent on your vacation. Plug it in your room. Choose a scent that you do not use at home. So pick, if you don't ever use vanilla at home, pick vanilla. If you don't ever use like maybe evergreen scent or something like that, use it in your room. It will make your room smell like that. You spend your week there. Then when you come home, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling like you're missing vacation, or you're just happy around holidays or whatever, you can plug your scent in, and it brings back all the memories of your trip that you took.
Yes.
It's an amazing idea. I can't take total credit for it, but I thought it would be something everybody would thoroughly enjoy.
Well, I know that I think we talked about in the Disney for Adults, the hotel that we stayed at had a strong scent in the lobby.
Yeah.
And I remember at first being annoyed, but then I remember every time we came down just thinking like smelling it. And
After
being
about 3 or 4 days, yeah, you started enjoying the smell.
And I remember I went up to the lady at the desk and I asked her what the scent was. And I was like, man, I should really get some of that. No, they didn't. But she told me I don't remember what it was now, of course. But she told me what it was. It was some island something.
Yeah, I was going to say it was some kind of islandy scent, yeah.
Uh-huh. The next trip that we have that you should do is take a screen. You're all about correcting me today, huh, you little jerk.
Sorry about that.
Take a screenshot of reservations and experiences on your phone. So if you do make those dining reservations or you sign up for some of these extras, take screenshots. That way, if you're there and your cell phone's not working or you can't pull something up.
Or you don't have cell service.
You don't have service, whatever the case may be, it'll just be in your camera roll and you can just pull it up and then they can scan it from there.
Same thing, with your entrance tickets, all that kind of stuff. Have pictures of all that stuff. It's a great tip.
Yeah, screenshot whatever you can. Screenshot.
And then if they put once you get your tickets and your tickets are on a card, take a picture of your card. And then that's the only way that you have backup, because otherwise if you lose your card, I think they said they can't help you.
Yeah, that's what they said.
You'd have to have a picture
yeah.
of your card so you could verify something on the card, I guess.
Which, I mean, most people will get the band, and then you can wear your band
Yeah.
and scan that. But if you don't choose to get the band, then take a picture of your card.
It is a little extra cost with the band. The band is like, I think, $25. So
Or even
times
Yeah.
4 people.
Or even if you do, it'd still be smart to take a picture of the card, because if you lose your band,
True.
then you'll have that.
The band's a little harder to lose, but yeah,
Yeah,
same
good.
thing. If anyone is feeling overheated, this is a great one, and I've used this one before myself. You can go to the Dumbo ride, which is in Magic Kingdom, and there is an air-conditioned kids' playground in there. So you can go in there and hang out. Normally when you're going through the ride, you go through the ride, they give you something that like a little pager like you would get at like an Outback Steakhouse or something like that. And then the thing buzzes when it's your turn to go on the ride. This keeps you from having to stand in line the whole entire time. Well, you can also just go in there and just hang out. So one time when I went through there with my son, he didn't even want to go on the ride. He just wanted to hang out in the playground. So the playground is very cool. It's very large. It's multiple stories. There's all kinds of things for them to climb around in there. And it is air conditioned. And there are plenty of benches for the parents.
Nice.
So it's always a favorite. And it's just a place if you're just like, oh, I'm hot. I'm tired. I need to sit. Go sit there. They can still run around and play. They're happy. You're happy. Win-win.
Yes. That goes right along with our next tip of taking a midday break.
That's another one that I'm very strongly in favor
Yes.
for. So
Especially if your kids get up early and
Yeah.
you're up and you're at the park early, then have a good old morning. It's not bad to go home, take a little nap at the hotel, and come back. Or just even go and just maybe go to that park. And
another tip is that they told us is that the parks generally open before their scheduled time. So if it says that the park is opening at 9 a.m., it's likely to open 8:30 or a little after and start letting people in. So if you want to get there ultra early, get there and go try to get online. There's also dining things that you can do. So you can go in and have a dining reservation, say at 8. The park doesn't open till 9, but you are already inside the park at 8 o'clock. You finish your breakfast. Then at 9 o'clock, when everybody's trying to get through the gates in the front, you're already inside the park. So then you go rush to your favorite ride and you ride that first. Then you go do all that stuff, hang out for a few hours, go take your midday break, let everybody rest. If you got young kids, let them take a nap, and then go back out in the evening and then go hang out. It's cooler in the evening. They got the fireworks. They got lots of good stuff to do in the evening as well.
for sure. Yeah. Great tip.
Great tip.
For sure.
You are going to want to use the My Disney Experience app for planning your trip. If you don't know what this is, go look it up. Go get it. You need it. You need it. I cannot overstress that enough. It'll help you find restrooms if you need to go find somewhere to go. It'll help you find the restaurants. It'll help you get restaurant reservations. If you burn through your first 3 fast passes, you can schedule another fast pass immediately as soon as you've used their third fast pass from your My Disney Experience app. It keeps track of all your fast passes. It keeps track of all your dining reservations. So it's like having a personal assistant that says, hey, you have this fast pass coming up. And then after that, you have your lunch. And then after that, you have another fast pass. And after that,
Yeah.
you have dinner or whatever.
Also, it tells you how long the wait is in live time for the rides.
Correct.
So if you have a fast pass for something, but you see its wait time is only 5 minutes right now, you might want to go. Or you might want to switch it up
That
a
is the
little bit.
biggest thing about it for sure. So, but say, here's an example, say you're in Epcot and say you're back at the America area or something like that. And you look on there and you see, Soarin' only has a 25-minute wait. It's going to take you 20 minutes at least to walk to Soarin'. That will change. Everybody else has this app and everybody moves. It's like a herd of cattle and everybody's moving to the best watering hole. So everybody knows that ride has a low wait. If it takes you 20 to 25 minutes to get there, it is likely to be longer by the time that you get there.
Yeah.
But if you're right next to it and you see, hey, this is, we just rode, what is the fish one, the Nemo one. So you just rode Nemo and you check your thing and you're like, oh man, Soarin' is only 20, 25 minutes. You can rush right over there. You can be there within 5 minutes. The time is likely to be that same time.
Yes.
But depending upon your walk, And you definitely can't use it for like park to park. So if you got like a park hopper or something like that, and you see something's got a low wait time in another park, by the time you get in your car and you go to this other park, that wait is going to be different.
Wouldn't be worth
Trust
it.
me, it's all in live time.
For sure. Another tip that we have is wear comfortable shoes. And I know if you get on any Disney website, they're all going to say this. But I 100% would agree with this.
It's very important, yeah.
Not a shoe girl, especially if I'm hot. When you're hot, you don't necessarily want to wear big tennis shoes and socks.
Yeah.
But you're going to regret it at the end of the day. I mean, I did see a lot of people there with sandals and flip-flops.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it, but unless you are a marathon runner or whatever, you're going to want comfortable shoes.
Well, I wear sandals like all the time during the summer. And when I lived in Florida, I wore sandals almost exclusively. So I definitely wear sandals a lot, and I still cannot do sandals at Disney. I develop little sores on your feet and stuff like that, calluses, and it hurts. So especially if it's multiple days.
And the other thing I'm thinking about too, which I mean, this is any theme park I think of, I never wear flip-flops at least because it can break a lot easier than a shoe.
Correct.
And then if your flip-flop breaks, then you have to go buy shoes somewhere, figure all that out, and you're missing out on time. So
should we tell people your flip-flop story?
My flip-flop story?
Yeah.
Oh, did we tell people about that?
I don't know if we told them before.
Yeah, we went to, where did we go? The
Indiana State Fair.
The Indiana State Fair. And I wore shoes. They weren't flip-flops. They were sandals, but they had
sandals.
Yeah, like a strap with like a buckle. And
walking in, they broke.
Walking in, they go. And so I'm like hobbling in to get, and there's dirt flying over my foot's disgusting. And I'm like, what am I gonna do?
We went and found an old-timey leathersmith in the old-timey village. And the guy proceeded to spend 30 minutes fixing her sandal.
My gosh, I felt so bad. I was like, because Jason's like, he's going to be able to fix it. And I was like, yeah, maybe. Yeah, he'll probably do it real fast. And the man had to like pretty much fabricate one.
Yeah,
he
He fabricated a button and he shaved one down and he couldn't get it to work. I mean, he's like a craftsman.
Yes.
And he charged her like $5 to like spend 30 minutes and missed out on I don't know how many customers coming in his leather shop.
Because I think I had like a 20 and a 5, and I was like, "Do you want a 20?" He was like, "No, that's way too much. Just give me the 5." And I was
I thought he just kind of shoved something through it. I was like, is there like some kind of staple or just like something where you can just like, because who cares? It's already busted. Yeah. Do you still have the sandals?
They still work.
Yeah,
I still have them.
So he did fix it to the point where she can actually still use them. But I was just like, we just want to get through the day.
Right, we just want to do something.
We just don't want to derail our day after we just got here.
But I mean, so always be careful of your shoes. Make wise choices. Don't make choices like me. For sure.
The next tip is, if you are going to go with young kids, you have got to learn to go with the flow.
Yes.
You will not be able to fit everything in. You will not have an enjoyable time if you try to fit in all of the can't miss experiences. So this goes back to the young kids. They don't know what they're missing. They don't know all these can't miss things.
Yeah.
Let them wander around. Let them be kids. Go check out, things that have short wait times. Go do the sorcerer's thing. Go have fun. Mm-hmm. Don't feel like you have to go on everything. It will literally make you crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a huge tip.
And I think that's for anyone. I mean, even adults too. Like, just do your thing.
Disney's overwhelming. There's a lot to it, and you are not going to be able to hit everything.
Yeah.
Even if you try very, very hardly and you get there at it open and you leave it closed, all you're going to do is run yourself ragged and you're just going to feel burnt out. So even if you did manage to hit everything,
and I think that
burnout.
That is something important to talk to your older kids about too, because I think that maybe as they do develop this knowledge of, I know all these things are here and I want to do them all, ahead of time being like, look, this is what it is. What are your top things?
Watch out for FOMO.
Yes, FOMO. That's a real thing. For those of you that don't know, fear of missing out. So you feel like you're missing out on something that you didn't get to experience.
Yeah.
And so just talking to your kids ahead of time, hey, what are the top 3 things you want to do at Disney?
Yeah.
What are the top things you cannot miss? And then what are our kind of like, we kind of want to do these things. And then what are the we don't really care things?
Yeah.
and then just go with it.
And if you can, get fast passes for those top things. Have this conversation months in advance and figure out when your fast pass time is and be on top of it and book your fast passes 30 or 60 days in advance, whatever your situation may be, and make the best of it.
Yeah, definitely, because you're going to spend a lot of money there and you want to be happy while you're there.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be happy. It's the happiest place on earth.
Unfortunately, you do see a lot of stressed out people that look like they are not there.
Lots of them.
So, yeah, go with the flow is a very important thing. Well, because I've been there. That's why I think it's funny, because I've been there. I've been there running around, and like you spend a fortune to be there, and the kids are just like complaining. Or my son is all about swimming, and we'll be there walking around. We've been there for an hour, and he's like, can we just go back and go swimming? I'm like, no. I spent a fortune on this. We're going to go ride rides. He's like, I just want to go swimming.
Yeah, I definitely think, because my mind was this year was the year to take my daughter, this coming year. And now I'm like,
Not so much.
After seeing those parents, it might be a few more years.
Yeah.
Maybe like around 10 or 12. Yeah, so the next tip is also going along with this, go with the flow, is do not overload yourself with making sure that you need to take all your videos and all the pictures that you can. Like, you're gonna lose the moment while you're there. I know we talked about this with the fireworks in the last episode, but just being present with your kids, like, as much as they're excited to like enjoy Disney World, you want to be able to witness that firsthand, and you want to be able to interact with that. And so just making sure that you're not missing out on exploring it with them and making experiences with them, because you're always taking the pictures.
Be present, be in the moment. Don't overstress yourself. We're trying to take pictures. Yeah. If you really like pictures a lot, you can pay for the, what is it, the photo experience?
I don't remember. There's a name for it.
And they will literally, like on all the rides, it'll literally compile everything. And then you can, anytime that you see these people that have the cameras that work with Disney, they'll take pictures of you guys anywhere. They'll take pictures of you in front of the golf ball at Epcot. They have all of the rides, so when you take your picture and you're on the ride and you're going down the roller coaster or something, that goes into your catalog, and then you can get any of those pictures printed, and then I think they can go onto a disc. And I mean, if pictures are really important to you, go ahead and spring for it. It is an expensive service, but if that's your thing, do that and keep your phone in your pocket.
Well worth it. So another tip is, so a lot of kids are going to want to go and they're going to do the meet and greets. So they want to meet their favorite character. They want to meet SpongeBob or whoever their favorite character.
SpongeBob is not Disney.
No? Okay, not SpongeBob.
No,
what do they want to meet?
SpongeBob.
I was trying to think of something that was not a princess.
Well, Mickey, Minnie.
Okay, Mickey, Minnie,
Goofy,
whatever. One of those people.
Pluto.
They're going to want to see them. The shortest lines are in Animal Kingdom, and the longest are the Magic Kingdom, which makes sense because Magic Kingdom.
So if you want to meet characters, you definitely want to go to Animal Kingdom for it, or somewhere other than Magic Kingdom, because you're going to eat up a lot of time trying to meet those characters. And you can also meet those characters at dining experiences. There's a ton of different ways to meet your characters rather than just standing in a line at a character meet thing at the Magic Kingdom, because they can be like an hour long sometimes.
Yeah, and you don't want to waste your time in that line.
No, go ride rides. Sure. Go ride rides. All right, last thing. The Crystal Palace in the Magic Kingdom. Well, I kind of already talked about this earlier, but we'll go over it again. The Crystal Palace in the Magic Kingdom is open for breakfast an hour before the park opens. So it's a great opportunity for you to get there early. You can eat your breakfast. You can take photos of a virtually empty Magic Kingdom. So if you want to get that stereotypical shot of just you guys standing in front of the princess's castle without 9 million people behind you, this is the way to do it. By far the best way to go. And you're there so early, you get to go hop on your favorite ride first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
so, and I just think it'd be really awesome to have pictures of the Magic Kingdom empty, because it's so rare and impossible to do. So.
Yeah. And just being in there to have breakfast, that sounds kind of magical.
And I think just being in there when it's empty would be magical.
Yeah.
Because every time we have been there, it's so busy. So
that sounds wonderful.
You'll see when you go there. You'll know what I'm talking about. And you'll be like, oh, he's right.
Yes.
So, and I think.
Well, we have one more thing today. We have
What's that?
one question from a listener
yes.
that we wanted to go over.
Listeners submitted questions.
Yes.
So we asked people to submit questions. We didn't get as many this time as we did last time, but that's okay.
Yeah, we got one, and it is mainly about the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Yes.
So it was submitted by Katie
Andrews Potter.
Yes.
And she said, about Pirates of the Caribbean, I wonder if it's the same as it's always been, or have they made changes over time? And, what are some of the things in the movie that are inspired by the ride?
Oh.
So I said, great question, Katie. Thank you for submitting it. We really appreciate that. And what do you got?
Well, so there are lots of things that were inspired by the ride itself in the movie. The main thing is, so the very first picture that they submitted to broadcast the movie was coming out was a picture of a skeleton, and he's like in this rainstorm holding onto this pirate ship wheel, and that came directly from a skeleton in the ride.
Yes.
So this ride, it was in 19...
I think they said 64.
64. Okay, so this was like an
this
old
was one
ride.
of the last rides that was inspired by Walt before Walt passed.
Yeah, it was his last ride he worked on himself.
Correct.
Yep. It actually came out, I think, like 3 months after he died. So, but yeah, that directly came. But there's lots of things that came out of
the Pirate's Life
ride.
for Me song. It was sung in the original movie, in the opening sequence, sung by Elizabeth Swann and Jack Sparrow when she's marooned on an island with Jack Sparrow. Mm-hmm. So, there's a bunch of different ones. Apparently, the dog with the keys is in the movie. So that was from the ride, which inspired the movie. There's actually a ton of different things. So I honestly, we couldn't include everything. So we just thought we'd include a couple of the best ones.
Like the biggest ones. I do know. So she also asked if anything changed over the years. And
yes, things have changed.
Big things.
So, if you have been there a while back, you may remember that they have a scene in the ride of pirates auctioning off wenches, and they're all like tied together by a rope, and they're having an auction. What'd they call it? The wench auction?
The wench auction, yes.
I thought they had some other kind of name for it.
So basically, there's a pirate that is selling a bunch of women to other pirates.
To other pirates,
and
yes.
there's a big sign that says wench auction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did away with that.
Yeah, so. And there was a famous like redheaded wench.
Yes.
In the group of wenches.
Yes.
And in the new way that they've portrayed it, she is a pirate herself, from
Correct.
what I understand,
I
and she is she's trying to get gold too. Like she has a loot of her own.
It's rum, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
I think she's trying to get the
she's
town's
trying to get
rum.
rum.
I think that's what it was, yeah.
Okay.
So I believe she is trying to get rum, so she's got her own thing now. She said something about plundering the town's rum, and she's got something to say about it, is what the official quote was from Disney.
Yeah, so they kind of changed it all around.
So, but I guess they've changed it everywhere. So they changed it in Disney World, they changed it in Disneyland. I guess they have it in Disney Paris. It's also been changed there. So, and I believe Disney World was the one to change it last, and I think they said it was in 2018. So I don't even think it's been that long. So pay attention to that if you go sometime soon and you have been earlier as a kid or earlier with kids when you were younger. That is no longer the same.
And yeah.
And they've also added Jack Sparrow to the end.
Yes.
So Jack Sparrow is actually in like a gold room, I believe, and he's got a bunch of gold all around him, and that's at the very end of the ride.
And something that would be really cool is if any of you guys out there have pictures of yourself as a kid from Disney.
Yes.
Or just old pictures from when you went to Disney. If you guys wanted to share those, that'd be really cool just to see what it was like back then and share your experiences. We'd love to hear them.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
So
Thanks,
again,
Katie.
you can do that at the Nomadic Traveler Podcast at gmail.com. There is no the.
Yes.
And on our Facebook, Nomadic Traveler Podcast. On our group, the Nomadic Traveler Podcast.
Yeah.
Is that it? Do we have other social media?
Nope, that's it right now. But yeah, thank you, Katie, for that question. That was a good one.
Yes, thank you so
learned a
much.
lot.
So,
interesting.
and if you ever have any questions, we're going to try to let everybody know in advance when we are doing shows, so you can submit questions ahead of time. What do we got coming up? We got the NASA episode coming up, so I guess if you had any questions about NASA,
Yeah, let
you
us
could
know.
submit those.
Yeah, and then
We have an episode coming up about houseboating. So if you
do.
had specific questions about houseboating, let us know about that. We'll try to fit those in as well. What else is coming?
We also have an episode coming up about like it's slow flow into Florida.
So
Right? So
flow weird. I think
slow
is what
flow
they're
weird.
called.
Yeah.
So flow weird Florida, I believe is what they called it.
So it's about strange, interesting things in Florida that are part of the Florida history, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
So if you have any of those.
So if you have any questions about weird, strange things in Florida, we are going to have Mia on, and she's going to talk to us about strange things in Florida. And she's got some tips for us that are strange that goes along with our NASA episode.
Yes.
So she's going to do a little spot in our NASA episode, and then we're doing an exclusive episode with her too, right?
Yeah, we're going to exclusively interview her.
So that's some of the stuff that's on the agenda, as well as other things. But as always, we can't give away all of our goodies too far in advance.
Yes.
So, but that's what we got coming up. So
lots of good things.
yeah.
So
Shout outs.
yeah, we get a new.
So,
new
and we do not
places.
have a hidden gem, just because basically everything in this episode is a hidden gem.
Yes.
So,
The Rice
and
Krispie treats.
did we have a don't do that?
Don't do that for this.
I thought we had something that we
The only,
came
I
up
mean,
with.
we have like, don't wear flip
Oh,
flops.
yeah. The don't do that, which did we use this last episode? I can't remember if we did this last episode or not. The don't do that would be pay attention to whether you can do your fast passes 60 days in advance or not.
I think we did talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we thought that we could only do ours 30 days in advance, and it turns out we could do them 60 days in advance, so we missed out on some fast pass goodness.
Yeah. So
So-
definitely pay attention.
And
to
we
that.
didn't know that we could go to extra magic hours because we were staying at that hotel. So if we would have known that, we could have made our plans a little differently, and we did not get to do that. So our don't do that is make sure that you do all your research ahead of time.
Yes. For
And
sure.
make sure you get that My Disney Experience app.
Yes.
So shout outs. We've been getting lots of downloads in Ohio lately. So thank you, Ohio.
Yes. Thank you.
We love you. And we've been getting lots of downloads in New York. So all our people in New York, we love you as well. Thank you for coming. As always, we got lots of downloads in California, Indiana, and Florida. Those are our big ones. And we love all you guys very much as well. So we got some new
out
downloads
France.
in France. So thank you, France. We still do well in Australia. We still are picking up some new stuff in Germany, United Kingdom, Canada.
All the good people out there.
We love everybody.
Thanks, guys.
So, and if you got anything that you'd like to, pass along to us, we want to hear about you. We want to hear about your tips. So don't ever hesitate to reach out.
Yep.
And that's it for this show.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. We will see you next week.